Most people assume cheap apartments come with small problems: thin walls, bad plumbing, maybe a noisy neighbor. But sometimes the price is low for a reason no one wants to say out loud. A guy named Marcus found that out the hard way. He had just moved to a new city for work and needed something fast. Hotels were too expensive, and most decent apartments had wait lists. So when he found a listing for a fully furnished unit at nearly half the average rent, it felt like pure luck. The photos looked normal, clean, simple, nothing out of place. The only strange detail was in the description: discounted rate due to special building conditions. Marcus didn't think much of it. He figured it was just legal wording for something minor. The landlord, a quiet, middle-aged man named Mr. Rivas, handed him the keys that same day. No background check, no paperwork beyond a basic agreement. That should have been the first red flag. The building itself looked older than the photo suggested. Not abandoned, but close. The kind of place where the paint fades unevenly and the hallways always feel a little too dim, even during the day. Still, Marcus moved in. The first night was quiet. Too quiet. No footsteps, no distant TVs, no voices through the walls. It felt like he was the only person in the entire building. The next morning, he noticed something odd. There were multiple doors on his floor, but he hadn't seen a single neighbor. No one coming or going, no packages outside doors, no signs of life. That uneasy feeling sat with him all day, but he brushed it off. Some people just keep to themselves. That night, just after midnight, Marcus was lying on the couch watching something on his phone when he heard it. A soft dragging sound, not from outside, from the hallway. It was slow, uneven, like something heavy being pulled across the floor. He muted his phone and listened. The sound stopped right outside his door. Marcus held his breath. Then, silence. A few seconds passed, and then 3 quiet knocks. Not aggressive, not rushed, just patient. Marcus frowned, confused. He wasn't expecting anyone. He walked up to the door, but didn't open it. Instead, he leaned in slightly and asked, "Yeah?" No answer, just silence on the other side. He waited a few seconds, then slowly stepped back. That's when a voice finally came through, low, calm. "Is this the empty one?" Marcus felt a chill crawl up his spine. He didn't respond. The voice spoke again, a little closer this time. "Hello?" The doorknob turned slightly. Locked. Marcus backed away immediately. After a few seconds, he heard footsteps, dragging away down the hall. He barely slept that night. The next day, he went to find the landlord. When Marcus mentioned the knocking, Mr. Rivas didn't look surprised. If anything, he looked tired. "You heard it already," he said quietly. Marcus asked what that meant. The landlord hesitated before answering. "Sometimes people come back," he said. "They get confused." "Come back from where?" Marcus asked. Mr. Rivas didn't answer that. Instead, he just said, "Don't open the door at night, no matter what you hear." That night, Marcus stayed awake, waiting, watching the door. At exactly 12:47, a .m, the dragging sound returned, louder this time, closer. It stopped right outside his apartment again. Then came the knocking, 3 slow taps. Marcus stared at the door, heart pounding. Then, a different voice, weaker, familiar. "Marcus, it's me." His stomach dropped. It sounded exactly like his younger brother. The same voice, same tone. But that didn't make sense. His brother lived in another state. Marcus stepped closer to the door, almost without thinking. "Open the door," the voice said softly. "I need help." His hand hovered near the lock. Then he remembered what the landlord said. "Don't open it." Marcus forced himself to step back. "I know you're there," the voice continued, slightly distorted now. "Why won't you help me?" The tone changed, subtly, from pleading to irritated, then angry. The doorknob shook violently. "Let me in!" Marcus stumbled backward, nearly tripping over the couch. Then suddenly, silence. The next morning, Marcus packed everything. He didn't care about the money anymore. He just wanted out. He went to return the keys, but the landlord's office was empty. No lights, no furniture, nothing. Confused, Marcus checked the rest of the building. Every apartment door was open, and every single one, was empty. No furniture, no belongings. Just bare rooms, like no one had lived there in years. Panicking, Marcus rushed outside. Across the street, there was a small convenience store. He went in and asked the cashier about the building. The man gave him a strange look. "You mean that place?" he said. "Nobody's lived there in a long time." Marcus felt his chest tighten. "That's not possible," he said. "I just rented a unit yesterday." The cashier shook his head slowly. "That building's been empty since the fire," he said. "What fire?" The man pointed across the street. "Whole place burned inside out. People died in there. They said some of them never made it out of their apartments." Marcus turned back toward the building. For a moment, it looked normal. Then the light shifted, and he noticed it. The windows, dark, charred around the edges, and standing behind one of them, on his floor, was a figure, barely visible, staring directly at him. That night, the apartment door on that floor shook slightly in the darkness, and a quiet, desperate voice echoed from inside. "Please, someone let me out!"